up guys? Once again I'm over here with my good friend Marc Krebs.
Hey.
And today we're gonna show you the final version of his take on the 9x39. Really excited about this project. We've been filming back and forth, me and my good friend Chris and Rockford Ordnance on this video, on this gun, and I'm been lucky enough to have Marc show me a little bit of work in progress, and it's a really cool gun. But again, I'm not an expertise on this stuff, so I'm gonna let Marc go ahead and explain you and show you the entire platform, and we're gonna have actually a really close view, which is actually really interesting. Also,
right, yeah, what we're gonna do, up until now we haven't shown the internals, and there's some misperceptions out there that they all have to use AR-15 gas tubes and that you gotta have skinny barrel to do that and all that, and we did not build ours that way. We build ours so that you don't have to worry about anything but cleaning it like an AK. I'm going to tell you what the gun's composed of, and then we'll move on, and then Fabrizio's going to take some close-ups of the operating system so that you can see how it works. And also we're going to tout some specs on the project as we went through the testing and all of that. First thing, I'll start from the back. It's got a tail hook mod 2 with the standard tube that we shorten up a bit. And it's got a regular castle nut with a Bravo Company sling swivel attachments. That's total of 3 swivel attachments in the back. It's got the Tango down grip, which is I've really come to like. It's an awesome grip. It's got an ALG trigger, which has an extremely light pull and extremely fast reset time. This enables you to rattle off rounds very fast if you care to. It's also got our paddle safety with the bolt hold open, and on the side we have a Polish style scope mount, and this is what we've been using for this gun, which is a very good platform, because I believe it's probably one of the strongest straight up scope mounts out there, which is the Midwest Industries. We have our sweep paddle mag release. There is our M-LOK forend. It has a vomit style gas tube up front, and our special gas cylinder, and we get the barrels here. These are Banyan barrels. They make a very good 9x39 barrel. We've been getting 3-inch groups at 100 from almost all of them. They're shooting very consistently. On the end, we have our IMS system, which is modified. It won't take the birdcage compensator, but it's really, well, it'll screw on, but it's really not worth it, because the gun is still shooting basically a pistol cartridge. And if you're going to get performance out of that, you need a baffle style brake system to hold the front of the gun down. And still, that would be a compensator, not a muzzle brake. This has been shortened up to the point where it hides the flash but minimizes the length and weight and all of that. And in a minute, Fabrizio is going to take the camera and do some close-ups while I take the gun apart, and we will explain how this gun operates. Now, there's a video out there made by Arsenal, or Alabama Arsenal, which is a in-depth study on this gun. He took it and he kept it for a month. He put 1,800 rounds through this gun, unsuppressed, uncleaned. When I got the gun back, it was absolutely bone dry. We didn't even oil it before we sent it to him. I told him shoot it until it stops running, and it never did. Now, this gun, out of 1,800 rounds, 3 of them were shot without a suppressor. The rest were shot with suppressor, and anybody that's familiar with suppressor use, it blows a lot of excess debris back into the chamber or into the action and things like that. And still, this gun just ran and ran, and he never could get it to stop. So I will show you the entrails and why this gun is, in my estimation, a little bit more serious. Now, the Daniel Fisher method with the AR-15 gas tubes is ingenious, and he's a very smart guy, and allowed a lot of people to get rolling with this project. I don't believe it's the best way. We actually tried that system ourselves and decided to go to this just because it was more standard AK, and we knew that was important to our clientele. So in a second here, Fabrizio will start taking close-ups, and I will show you why this gun runs without having the extra tubes and things like that. So with that, I will wait for Fabrizio to get into position, and we will talk about it. First thing, I'm gonna push in the detent handle. This has got a little inclined plane on the back of it, so if you push hard enough, it actually starts to lift the top cover. And pull off the top cover. That's normal. The guide rod is normal. This is when it starts getting different. The gas tube's a little bit tight because of the paint. That'll just lift out once it breaks in a little bit. This is an extra large gas cylinder. The way that we were able to get enough power out of the piston stroke is to enlarge the piston diameter by 100 thousandths. So we've got a 650 thousandths piston in this thing. It's huge. And what happens is, this is roughly where the bolt stops. The gas comes up into this hole and then out the front. The reason for the extra length is so that it will keep tracking and never leave the actual piston or the gas tube housing. And this keeps it operating nice and smooth. And as I said, we had 1,800 rounds through this thing, suppressed, and it never failed from day one. And this is the best way to do it. Now, you'll see a roll pin in here, and we've done this purposely to get a little bit of wiggle room in this. When you have a piston this long, alignment becomes very critical, and it's important to let the piston float a little bit. But that is the key difference in the gun that makes it clean like an AK and act like an AK. Those are the important portions of it. And obviously the suppressor is part of it. Now, the suppressor did real good, but one of the things we have to do is we've sent back the suppressor that's got 1,800 rounds through it so that they can check gas and wear patterns to improve it. And this is why we are a little bit behind on actually getting suppressors out to the people through Liberty, because they want to make sure that they come out with the smallest, quietest suppressor we can put on this. The gun weighs 7 pounds, but it's in such a small package, it's very easy to wield. And with the light suppressor on it, it's just, it's very manageable gun.
And we are back, so we're gonna have Mark show you how to rebuild the gun.
Yeah, this is, the 9x39 is relatively open. There is really no reason to disassemble the lower. Everything here you could get at with compressed air or a toothbrush. It's wide open. So first thing you do is take the Valmet style gas block, which T-slots into the receiver ring or the upper trunnion. And this one's still a little bit stiff because of paint. Then make sure your bolt's forward, just like on a regular AK. Put it in there. Press down, push forward.
Bring it in.
Get your recoil spring, get it in the T-slot.
It's pretty much straightforward, okay, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's very easy to deal with. And you press down and it's ready to go.
Locked and loaded. And of course, before any of your safety freaks, the gun was unloaded, because you never know, those people on the internet too, you know.
Right. We try not to demo guns with rounds in them. Okay, and then the scope mount, of course, clamps on, nice and easy, if you're smart enough to do it here.
So then, the guy did the video was using pretty much the same mount and everything?
Yeah, this is the mount that we recommend just because it's so robust, and it's been doing a real good job for us. One thing to look for is we're going to have front sights that clamp onto the gas block, and we're going to have rear top covers with a receiver sight that you can put on this. And what it will include is, if you buy the whole set, it'll be a clamp-on front sight that indexes itself, and then we will send you a tapered guide rod, which is what you need to lock in the top cover to make the rear sight, the receiver sight, lock in tight. And then you will have an iron sight gun as well as a scope gun if you require it. But we wanted to kind of keep it a little bit separate because a lot of guys want to print groups with these things, and then there's a whole newfound deal, like the Spetsnaz started using these for house clearing. And Fabrizio asked me at one point, you know, in Illinois you can't own a suppressor, but, you know, so why would you want to own one of these? Well, the hitting power is incredible. It's not any louder than a regular pistol. So say if you were using this for a self-defense gun and you put a blast can on the end, you are gonna still protect your ears a lot better than shooting a straight up pistol, and you'll have more accuracy and definitely more hitting power. Next week, or the next episode that we do here, we're going to do a little class on the facts about 9x39 versus 300 blackout, and really try to get rid of some of the myths. One thing that I can tell you that is kind of convincing in itself is that the Russians have been operating for years with a 173 grain subsonic round that they have been dissatisfied with. The 9x39 supposedly got adopted in one day once they saw the performance. You've really got to shoot one of these and hear it hit, and or shoot a hog with one and see the difference, and it is not subtle. One other thing I'd like to add that's kind of got nothing to do with this is I get requests for AKs made in 300 blackout, and it is a waste of time and energy. You have a 300 blackout if you have an AK. All you've got to do is buy subsonic ammo, and you will get the same results. I think KVAR or Arsenal USA is making...
Right, so this bare ammo is made to the subsonic ammo, and KVAR is importing it. They got the exclusive with the bare ammo.
Okay, and...
which they introduced last SHOT Show, actually, not the previous one. The previous one, they show up for the first time the subsonic 7.62x39, and KVAR like it so much.
What's the bullet weight?
I gotta do a little research.
Okay.
We can go. Hopefully my good friend might send us one of these days so we can do.
But do not have a special gun made. You know, I mean, blackout, when you're not suppressing it, is basically 30 carbine, you know, and you're really much better off having an AK where you can buy inexpensive ammo that hits hard. And if you want to have a subsonic 300 diameter bullet, it's all you got to do is buy the ammo. You don't have to do anything with the gun. You just have to suppress it and buy the ammo.
Thank you very much to Marc to give us the exclusive opportunity to see the inside of this gun, which of course demonstrate all your engineering and your skills, and I'm really impressed. Hopefully one day we can film it too, going out, shoot it. We shoot a 9x39 on another platform that you were working on. Initially it was a different design, and that bullet,
right, yeah,
that was quite impressive. We were shooting, and there was a little piece of concrete actually at 50 or 75, I don't remember, and I see the effect on the 9x39 on the concrete.
Yeah,
that was pretty pretty interesting, if you will. That being said, thank you for watching. Thank you, Marc.
Thanks for watching.
Stay tuned for the upcoming video, probably a couple of weeks, by 1 or 2 weeks. We gotta put together our knowledge, our database, and put down.
Right, we're gonna get all the facts down about 9x39 and 300 blackout. And I'm not telling you 300 blackout is a unusable cartridge or anything of the sort. But one thing I will say is it packs considerable more punch. And well, there's an elk that a guy shot. I'll put it up on our Facebook page. The thing is huge. He shot it once, it dropped to its knee, started to get up, fell. That was it. One round, and that's the 245 grain Tula. That's not even the heavier. That's not even the heavier one. Because you can talk about bullet weight and bullet drop and muzzle energy, but there's still diameter, which makes a difference too. So,
all right. That being said,
yeah. I'm talking too much.
No,
okay.
No, there's a lot of stuff to say. It's a really unknown caliber, if you will. You know, there's not a lot of information about it. There's not a lot of guns that shoot it, and it shoot it well too. I would say that's it. That was probably the best opportunity I have personally to look into it. And to you, I'm hoping that's also for you guys watching this video. If you have any other question, you can contact the guys at Krebs Custom. Please do that, because I keep getting messages asking me stuff. I'm not the guy that build these things, so you want to ask directly Marc and the guys for it better.
If you call me up, I can't necessarily return your call immediately, but at the end of the day, I can get back to you, and would be happy to field any questions that this kicks up.
Cool. All right.
And if I don't know it, I'll tell you I don't know.
Awesome. Thank you very much again, Marc. And thank you, the guys at Krebs Custom, of course. As usual, if you like, please give it a like. Please subscribe. Don't forget this channel is self-financed, no sponsor yet. But as always, defend your Second Amendment. God bless you, and God bless America.
God bless America.